Hello there, I'm back for Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 is the Shane Black version, which Jon Favreau directed the first two films, then he moved on. Shane Black, who directed Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, was also a big script writer from the 80s onwards. He wrote Lethal Weapon, Last Boy Scout, Long Kiss Goodnight, and The Last Action Hero. And you get blamed for that one. Even though I think a lot of other people were involved. But you know, he's been one of those writers who have a lot of goodwill going towards them from like action fans and people who like movies. Even though he's not like a household name for like just general audience, he's one of those people that movie fans know and like. He's always one of those presences. He always delivers something in his films. They've always get decent enough plots. They're always enjoyable. They're always very rewatchable. He delivers. He knows how to do his job. So after Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which is a great film, it's just one of those films that just work. Everything seemed to work perfectly for that film. He got the gig of Iron Man 3 because he'd worked well with Robert Downey Jr. So they brought him in to do Iron Man 3, which was a nice little comeback after Iron Man 2. It was the first post-Avengers movie, so it's following up on this massive hit that had a 45-minute action scene at the end of it. So it was like, yeah, no pressure then, you have to follow that one up. So what it does actually is to take Tony out of the Iron Man suit for most of the film. Just to be annoying. But it's great though, because actually the thing this does is go back to Tony as this sort of genius who can work well on his feet and who doesn't need the technology all the time. He can still do stuff without it. So actually, by taking that away from him, you see how ingenious he actually is and how he can think on his feet. So it makes the character alive again. So it doesn't become a gimmick, because a lot of the problem with these kind of comic book characters, they can become so identified with what their gimmick is, like Iron Man or Hulk, that you lose the central character. In this one, they do a lot of work to bring you back to who the guy is rather than what his gimmick is. So, following Avengers, he's suffering from PTSD, and he's very traumatized because he went into space and saw all these ships, alien invaders, which he destroyed, but he's still traumatized by it. So throughout the movie, he's got panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and he's still dealing with that. And he's building all these suits. Like, he builds like 80 suits, I think, because he's so traumatized. Like, that's what he does when he's traumatized. He actually just builds stuff and creates stuff. So he's going off the deep end pretty badly at this point in the film. In the first third of the film, he's a bit of a nutcase. But it's funny because they have a lot of fun with the fact he's going off the deep end. I mean, it's a character. Now he's not dying, he's just going a bit mad. That's fine, you can have a lot of fun with that because the character's so entertaining. There's lots of funny jokes that you can have with him going off the deep end. So the first third's him just overdoing things, screwing up everybody by just being hyper and paranoid, and it's just really enjoyable. Then basically during that point you see these threats from the Mandarin. The Mandarin's this guy on TV who's blown things up and he's going to keep coming at the American government, and he's just after them. He's just a threat the whole way through the movie, and he's just this thing that has to be defeated. No one knows who he is, no one knows where he is. He makes a mistake of injuring Tony's bodyguard so personally, and calls him out on TV. Tony gets attacked by Iron Man gets attacked by all the hordes of helicopters, and everyone thinks he's dead after that because they just assume he was killed because his house was destroyed. All his suits seem to have been destroyed. He seems to have been drowned. We don't can find a body, but it turns out one of his suits saved him and took him to the middle of nowhere, and now he has to try and survive with a malfunctioning suit, PTSD, and everyone thinks he's dead. And we follow him because the suit took him to the next clue point, and they'd already worked out when he was going a bit mad. So he follows that plot point, and for the rest of the film you see him get himself back together, dealing with a little kid who's as smart arse as he is, dealing with different people and actually giving back their trust and slowly bring themselves together again. So the big joy of the movie actually watching them work without the suit and actually seeing them try to work out what's going on, why it's going on, and just thinking on his feet. And it just is really enjoyable because it does what Shane Black does really well, which is character stuff and humour, but also delivers a good Iron Man story that's separate from what you'd expect after a big Avengers movie. So it really sidesteps the potential problem of having to top the last movie. So instead they actually just have him working this mystery for like a good half the movie. And it really just works. So by the time he gets his Iron Man suit back, which is like leading up to basically the final third, the third act starts when he gets his suit back, and basically until then he's working it all out, and he finds out lots of stuff about the Mandarin and what the plot actually is. So it's just terrific. I think it's the most underrated of the Marvel movies because it's one that gets a lot of hate, and the reason it gets a lot of hate is my next point, which is the Mandarins are fake. They set up the Mandarin in the first half of the movie, and it turns out he's just an actor, you know, who's been delivered lines by Guy Pearce, who's the real villain, who's the guy behind the scenes manipulating everything. He's like the Blofeld of the movie. He's the guy behind the guy who's got all this technology of people blowing up. He has to try and get rid of all these explosive superhumans, and he tries to use it to basically manipulate the American government. So he creates the Mandarin, and the Mandarin, so he uses these explosive people to his bombs. You know, it's outlandish, but it's fun though. It's really enjoyable. Guy Pearce just likes hamming it up in the second half of the movie. Ben Kingsley, as a Mandarin, is fun in the first half, being a threat. In the second half, he's this hammy actor who doesn't know who he is half the time. He's just wait a bit. He's just mad, and he's fun as well. But the fact is, they took the piss at the Mandarin, and for a lot of comic fans, that was just too far. You can't do that, apparently. I thought it was hilarious. I love that twist. That's one of my favourite twists of the Marvel movies, because it takes a problem character of the Mandarin, who's basically this Asian stereotype that's really offensive to half the world, you know, and then just said, yeah, he's just a stupid idiot. He's just a moron. We made him up. We preyed on your fears about the East and just manipulated you. It takes away everything that's wrong with the Mandarin, just puts it into a film in proper context, and it's hilarious. It's really funny. It's pure Shane Black as he likes twisting things around and twisting your expectations. It's great fun. To me, it's a wonderful twist. It makes a movie. For some people, it breaks a movie, but who cares? It's only a movie. I mean, don't take that seriously. So basically, the rest of the movie is Tony back as Iron Man, solving the problems, fighting the villains, has all his suits, 80 suits back for the final faction scene, which is on this big ship, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, that's the thing. The thing about Iron Man 3 is like Iron Man 1 in the case of it's a very rewatchable film. It's very enjoyable to watch again and again because you know the plot beats, but all the interactions are fun throughout the movie. All the character beats are fun. It moves at a good pace. Everything works. Even things you thought were a bit off first time round makes sense when you come back and see them in context of the rest of the movie. So it just works. I mean, it's a film that just works. That's it. You don't need to be that deep about it. It's just an enjoyable, entertaining film. That's the film. So that's all I've got to say. It's really enjoyable. It's not as good as Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, but it's still one of the top tier Marvel movies. It's still better than any of the Thor movies. You know, it's not quite on par with the first Iron Man, but it's very close. At least from my opinion. I mean, I'm sure others will disagree because they hate what happened to the Mandarin. I don't care. Anyway, that's me with Iron Man 3. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.